There's a war out there, so come prepared to fight. You never know.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, so very much. My name is Jeremy Sullivan, and I'm one of the sponsors of the Nixa High School Gay Straight Alliance. With me is my co-sponsor, Jackie Swindell, our club president for the past 2 years, Awreon Riley, and our president going into next year, Parker Davidson. Jackie and I have watched the incredible group of students who make up our Gay Straight Alliance in Nixa combat bullying from their peers, their teachers, their administration, and their state representative. We have seen them pull together and adopt families at the holidays, get hundreds of their classmates to take the Ally Pledge, lobby their state legislature for a more comprehensive and LGBT-inclusive anti-bullying policy, recruit New York Times best-selling author and activist Zach Walls to come to our school and rally for an LGBTQ inclusive curriculum, and perhaps most importantly, establish a safe space where LGBTQ students and their allies can come together and find support, strength, friendship, and acceptance. They've accomplished all of these things in a state with no anti-discrimination protections for LGBTQ citizens or statewide marriage equality. They have accomplished this while being located 8 miles south of a community where the voters just decided to overturn that city's LGBTQ anti-discrimination protections. In short, these students are standing on the front lines every single day. Thank you, GLSEN, for recognizing these amazing young people and how they are changing the hearts and minds of their very conservative community.
This year, 2 openly gay teachers in our school have resigned in part due to their feeling that they are treated as less than their straight, cisgender, and largely Christian conservative colleagues. One of those teachers is standing right next to me.
I love you.
If our teachers do not feel safe and supported at school, our students cannot feel safe and supported at school. We need teachers like Jeremy and students like Awreon and Parker in our little neck of the woods. Thank you, GLSEN, for recognizing all people.
Growing up, I've always had that one question in my mind. Am I lesbian? Am I bisexual? Or am I just a confused straight person? 2 years ago, I joined the Gay Straight Alliance to help me answer that question. This club has not only helped me find myself, but also have countless new experiences. My favorite thing is the messages I get late at night from members with no one else to go to. I'm not a therapist, but I'll listen to them and I'll tell them to keep smiling and tell them that never change themselves. Harvey Milk once said, "Hope will never be silent." Our club has given hope to so many young people. These young people are now refusing to be silent. I want to thank GLSEN for telling these students and our club as a whole that we are important. This is not a message we hear very often being in the Bible Belt. When I moved to Nixa, I was spit on, I was pushed around, and I was called names. In the beginning, students started a petition to try and stop our club. We stood firm and strong, and we are now one of the largest student organizations at our school. For those of you who have laughed, petitioned, or ignored us, I say thank you. Without that, we wouldn't have been inspired to work harder, be louder, and stand stronger. We also want to thank our local Springfield, Missouri chapter of GLSEN, the Springfield chapter of PFLAG, the Gay and Lesbian Community Center of the Ozarks, Promo, our friends, our families, and our allies. We wouldn't have been able to accomplish this much without you guys. Thank you.
I feel free. For once in my life, I feel free. I feel accepted. I feel I'm in that happy state of mind I was told I was supposed to be in. I'm not afraid anymore, and I can be who I am, and I owe that to my GSA. As a high school student, my biggest worry should be if my crush likes me or not. But as a freshman, my biggest worry was whether or not I was going to get attacked that day. Is today going to be the day that someone decides that they dislike the way I love so much that they would hurt me? Is today the day that someone's going to confront me about my weird obsession for rainbows or question my hair to the point it makes me uncomfortable? My GSA gives me a place where my top priorities are my crushes, and that's a pretty amazing from where I started. We would also like to thank our community and staff members who donated to our online campaign to send us all here. We made our goal in less than 3 days, and that's pretty incredible. Looking towards the future, we still have a lot of work to do. Our country needs LGBT-inclusive anti-bullying legislations that will require schools to protect their LGBTQ students. And our country needs to protect its LGBTQ people from any type of discrimination. It's time that our dreams become a reality for all people. It's time that LGBTQ people are judged solely on the content of our character and not by who we love or the gender we identify.
The students are right. This battle is far from over. By leaving Nixa High School, I will be able to build and strengthen other GSAs in our area with the help of our GLSEN Springfield chapter. When asked about why our club is allowed to exist and hold events open to the public and functions, our administration always says that it is simply doing what the law requires. If society had only done what the law required, slavery would be legal, segregation would be legal, women would never be allowed to vote, interracial marriage would be banned, and my marriage would not be recognized in the eyes of the federal government. Sometimes we must go beyond doing simply what is required of us. Sometimes we must take a step further because it is the only just and right decision to make. Schools must take a stand and say, we support these students. We are proud of these students. They are amazing just as they are, and they will be protected no matter what. Until that day happens, we will continue to fight. After our local paper ran a very small piece about our award, I received a lovely letter in the mail. Essentially, it told us we have a choice. We can cancel our trip to accept an award for selling out the Bible Belt to the LGBT cult, or continue on in blindness. What this person doesn't realize is that we do this to combat blindness. We do this to combat darkness. Desmond Tutu said, "Hope is being able to see that there is light despite all of the darkness." The Nixa High School Gay Straight Alliance shines the light of hope for the young people of Southwest Missouri. And thank you, GLSEN, for showing these students just how powerful their light can be.